I've been holding a lot of shit in lately. Oh, man, I just had like a 3.5 hour cry. Where I just like let it all out. Or as much as I could tap into. And that shit felt great. Sometimes you gotta let that shit out. Just saying to everybody out there, men, women, and child, you know what I'm saying? Don't be leaving nothing bottled up, you know what I'm saying? Let that thing out. God will be right there, let you know. Come on, let's get up, let's go. But I had me a 3.5 hour cry. God is good.
So, did he just then get arrested? But what does this mean for the music industry now? Diddy was once the hottest thing in music, and currently, the dude's waiting trial for trafficking and racketeering charges. The music mogul's downfall came slowly but surely, and it all started when Cassie Ventura told the world what he was like behind closed doors.
Diddy expose. Last week, Rolling Stones released an investigative article on Diddy. Now, the Daily Beast is following in their footsteps, and they released an article of their own. Their article features 5 former employees of Diddy who claimed his abusive tendencies weren't just limited to his romantic relationships. They claimed Diddy created a disturbingly toxic work environment. The 5 ex-employees participated in the Daily Beast article anonymously out of fear of retaliation. One person claimed that Diddy yelled at her and squeezed her face aggressively. She said she started looking for a new job immediately after that. She claimed the only way to work in that environment was to see Diddy as an icon, which she did not. Another ex-employee claimed that he was fired after looking Diddy in the eyes. Just a little backstory about that. Diddy had allegedly showed up to a meeting late, and the guy looked at him like, why are you late? And so he got fired after looking at him like that, like he was questioning his lateness. He also claimed that Diddy mentally abused them by the way he spoke to them. An excerpt from the article said, the former Sean John employee said the work environment was like a Game of Thrones, with everyone walking on eggshells and some colleagues throwing others under the bus to stay in Combs' good graces. Another employee said that he called the women bitches and stupid. She also claimed that she never saw Diddy speak to men like that unless they were powerless. 2 ex-employees who participated didn't feel the working environment was that bad. One said, I don't think he was exceptionally crazy. It was an intense work environment. The hours were not normal. He could be intimidating, scary, and mean, but there was always this underlying professionalism to him. You felt like he was pushing you to get the absolute best last little bit out of you.
Besides accusations of abuse, Diddy is facing a horde of criminal charges now. Altogether, experts believe that he's looking at 50 years to life for his crimes. Several people followed suit when Cassie went public with her allegations from his exes to the people he's worked with. It's looking like Diddy's done wrong by almost everybody he's ever met.
How you doing? Feeling good? Oh, you put that thing on the woo! You see how we do it here on the Saturdays. This is what it's about to be. I mean, look at my mantras real quick. Be kind. Be that one nigga. Be fearless. What's it called? It's more. Yeah, more.
Now, that ain't to suggest that a music mogul hasn't looked out for some people too. We're obviously talking about the man who's been by his side from day one, and that ain't none other than a music legend himself, JayZ. I mean, these two dudes have been bros since the 90s. Around the same time, both of them launched their careers and blew up. Now, obviously, it was a personal and business relationship.
And I'm like, that's when I start saying crazy stuff, because I look and I go, oh, that's your big homie, right? And so he imaged himself after a gay painter. The big homie want to look like a gay painter.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter.
Oh my God, I think I know where we're going with this.
So now look, what I'm saying to you is, look, when you start looking at, that's not mine, that's theirs, they're Harper, right? But when you look at, M is looking at the entire legacy.
Diddy made use of JayZ's fame, and JayZ made use of Diddy's connections. It worked out for both of them since they became legends in their own right. Naturally, this meant that they would kick back and party with one another. Speaking of parties, JayZ was always on the guest list whenever Diddy would throw a party at any of his mega million-dollar mansions.
Puffy, he made a comment on Biggie's birthday, and he made this comment to JayZ and Fat Joe. And he said that while they was in LA, they took ecstasy while they was shooting a music video, Hypnotized. Is there any truth to that from what you know?
Bruh, he lying and the truth ain't in him. Do you hear what I'm saying? I've seen the autopsy report of Big's death, the complete autopsy report. You understand? Hypnotized was shot, you understand, about a week or not even a full week before Big's death. They test his liver, his kidneys, and all his other shit. And there was not no drug ecstasy in his system. See, all that shit is whereas that, what can I say right now to get me attention? What can I say to stop people from thinking, oh, I didn't go to Brooklyn for the celebration of Big's 50th. I didn't go to the party. I didn't go to none of the things that New York had opened up the city to celebrate for Big. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna throw people off by saying, and bring another little attention to like, oh yeah, me and Big was doing E. Come on, man. Big was doing a lot of other pain pills, a lot of other stuff like that because of his situation. But ecstasy was not one of the things that was in his system. Go see the autopsy report. It's evidence that's out there that Puff and Big wasn't as close as they try to make it seem. You understand what I'm saying? Big was leaving the label. Big wanted his marketing back. Big wanted his publishing back. So he found out as being an artist, yo, the money is in the publishing. The money, I make money by my name and my face and my marketing. Probably make more money in the publishing than he do doing tours and all this other shit. Bad Boy take 50% of your publishing if you're an artist. Now you got 50% left that's got to be shared with producers, other writers, and the artists. Then he bought big portion of that for another $200,000. Come on, man. That's what your man do to you when you down and out and you done made him millions?
Yeah, those exact same parties that have landed him in trouble with the feds. These parties were believed to have been cover-ups for something a lot more sinister, according to the press and inside sources. JayZ might not be the right guy to ask about what really went down, not that he didn't know, but that he was also an alleged active participant. Others who have left Diddy's corner have come out publicly against the music mogul and the rapper, claiming that they're hiding behind a nice guy persona. Diddy and JayZ essentially piggybacked off of each other's success to become richer and more powerful. This led the duo to come up with the whole Black Excellence brand, spearheaded by Diddy. The music mogul claimed that he felt obligated to give something back to the black community in any way that he could.
Cassie, over this way. Cassie, this way. Over your shoulder. Thank you, ladies.
This meant he would work on building black musicians' careers, help them gain connections, and help them build their portfolios to advance their music on bigger platforms. Unfortunately, he didn't reveal that it all came at a price. At this point, we all know that everything he does comes with a hefty price tag.
Sean Diddy Combs speaks out against assault allegations being made against him. The music mogul tells E! News in a statement, "Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday." He adds, "Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth." In recent weeks, the rapper has been named in several lawsuits, including one filed on November 16th by his ex-girlfriend Cassie, who accused him of rape and abuse. The singer, whose legal name is Cassandra Ventura, told NBC News at the time, "After years in silence and darkness, I am finally ready to tell my story and to speak up on behalf of myself and for the benefit of other women who face violence and abuse in their relationships. With the expiration of New York's Adult Survivors Act fast approaching, it became clear that this was an opportunity to speak up about the trauma I have experienced and that I will be recovering from for the
But look, we all know it didn't end there, man. In that viral video hit, everybody realized that Cassie was done telling the truth, man. Even then, Diddy's team was still trying to argue that the man was innocent and hadn't done anything wrong. He also tried claiming that she was just doing it for a payday to make some fast stacks. But look, man, that video proved everything. It showed that he was a violent man and that he was also a liar.
Do you think that the standard of what they're going to need versus Diddy versus like an average person is higher because he has so much money for lawyers and the defense?
Well, you have to understand this. When they want somebody, the standards is going to be astronomical. You understand? They're going to put their best foot forward in everything. Every T would be crossed, every I would have a dot on it, and they were going to go hard because they don't want to look bad. The dude had been laughing and joking in the media and coming on like he has nothing to worry about. And they look at that as a slap in the face. And plus, he's a black man. I'm not trying to make this out a race thing, but they're not gonna do him like they did Vince McMahon and let his stuff go away. You understand? Vince McMahon had those charges against him and resigned from the WWF and went away. Nobody talked about that. So now, to make Puff the face of sex trafficking, the face of being monogamous towards women and misogynist, being a misogynist towards women, making a face of being a misogynist towards women, sex trafficking, dealing drugs and all that. After all the great things he did in hip hop, it would be a crazy loss. It would be just something that was nasty, but it's something that he brought on himself.
Since then, media outlets have been working overtime, looking for more footage and proof that Diddy was up to no good all those years and that he never truly worked alone. They're also looking for information and evidence against his associates. That means JayZ, Beyonce, anybody else who ever worked with Diddy and definitely knew what he'd been up to. With all that heat being turned up on Diddy, everybody's looking at JayZ, wondering if he's going to flip, snitch, and sell out the person he once called his best friend.
Suge Knight speaks out, and what Suge said really stood out to me. Suge said, the raids wasn't about Diddy. It wasn't about Diddy, and it makes sense. They was about what it was about when you listen to the court transcripts and when you listen to what the witness, Little Rodney or whatever his name is, the allegations. Diddy had cameras, hidden cameras in every room, in every party, at every event, which means that he had evidence on powerful men. With Suge Knight, he hit him in the head with the headshot. Diddy had a get out of jail free card, which is blackmail. He can blackmail some of the most powerful men around the world, even the ones that he was fighting with in them liquor corporations and companies. So what they do, you got to understand, they send in their army. They made a statement, turned his family upside down, turned his house upside down. But the only thing I'm thinking is, like, when you sit back and you really analyze it, somebody put Diddy on point to what was going on. That's why his plane that everybody thought he was on that plane. They was looking for that plane. That plane left without Diddy. And 9 times out of 10, that plane probably was carrying the evidence to convict all these powerful men that Diddy's beefing with. Because Diddy he need no brown right now. I ain't going down by myself. But if they catch that evidence, he ain't got nobody else to point the finger at. He can't prove
But you know what? Time's going to tell how that goes. What y'all think. Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and keep it locked here for more up-to-date Diddy info.
He can't prove it.
We was at the In the Club video shoot. Game 50, everybody was there. I just heard somebody say, Suge Knight's here. And I looked and Suge was there. But he had some essays with him though. You know what I'm saying? He all essays. And he looked at Fifth and Fifth was like, what's up? What's up? And Suge just he hit a cigar one time and then he did like this little shit like that, wrap it up, and then everybody just turned around and left. It was like a John Wayne movie or some shit.